All right, the cable upright row. We're hitting that top of the shoulder again, a little bit of that rear delt and into those traps. Now the cable is a good option when, again, depending on what tools you have available, but also dumbbells, we can sometimes get some momentum going, but the cable is going to provide a little more consistent resistance. So you could see this being a little bit tougher because it's going to have that constant tension on the shoulders. Another way to challenge it in these kind of smaller muscle groups where we can't up the weight as dramatically. So these variations help out a lot. So I'm going with a straight bar today, and I'm going to grip with a relaxed grip. So my thumb's going to be on the same side as the rest of my fingers in that false grip so that I can try to keep my arms out of the pattern. I'm still going to cue my elbows to drive out as they drive up, and my hands are pulling to my nose. You'll see that my elbows are creating the biggest range of motion they can. I'm letting my shoulders move, and I'm allowing that shrug motion to happen, and my hands are following. So my hands and my elbows are about the same height. As we get fatigued, or if we go a little too heavy, we're going to start turning it into a regular row where we're trying to pull our shoulders hard back together and get our elbows to dip. We don't want that. Think about, again, like you're pouring out a glass of water, like we talked about with lateral raise. Let your elbow point out, not behind you. If the elbows point out, it'll help you think out to the walls and come up to the top. Now, if for any reason you do have a little bit of discomfort on that straight bar, stay tuned. Now, for whatever reason, it's sometimes common to get a little discomfort in the wrist because we're using that straight bar and we don't have as much freedom of motion. A good pro tip is to take your double cable handles or strap and just loop your hands right through at the wrist. Now I'm just using my fingers gently to make sure that I'm in control of the strap, but my hands get to stay out of the position much more. My elbows are still creating the same motion, but now my wrists are getting a little bit of a break, and it could feel a little bit more comfortable. So just something to keep in mind and try if you need to.